the best question is, why do you come over the top? Well, you probably come over the top because you rolled it in. But you also come over the top because your club face is open. I don't love your trigger. I didn't love the forward back move, because remember that was part of the problem, was that club's rapidly getting inside too early with an open face. Well, what could be causing that? Well, one thing that could be causing that is you pushing the face open and then pulling it in. Old school drill. All we're doing is pushing that nice and soft back, one motion. Show that to me again, just that nice little pushback drill. Excellent. So come take a look. So again, your tendency was to kind of push forward and roll in. Kind of got a push forward, roll in look. And just by kind of keeping that initial move back, it's completely changed. So again, old school drill, little pushback drill. You can kind of play around with that as you're practicing, but it's a great way to kind of see where you're at. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Next step. All right, so what we said was you would take the club, you would kind of trigger it forward, it would roll in, face would be open, you'd get up, pull open face.
Yes.
Right? That was kind of the move. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little combo drill here. We're going to use the swing guide, and we're going to use it in its traditional setting, swing guide, going right even with the club face. But we're going to do a drill that we call X on T. X on T. I am not the one who invented how to put these sticks down. I might be the only one who says it in this way. But X on T is a great way to kind of visualize what we're trying to work on. And it should help on all aspects. We're going to put this approximately 5 to 10 degrees, and it's going to be balanced on each side. My hands are pretty much over top of that stick that goes parallel to the target line. So the first one is X, and what we mean by that is as this club goes away, can you create an X with the club shaft in this first angled stick? So from there, X. Now we're gonna make sure you have a good square club face at the top. That's what the swing guide's for. But really, the swing guide is going to be a really useful tool in understanding the next piece, which is the on, which is can we now put it on top of that angled stick with a swing guide that's twisted off. From there, can you make a T with the shaft of the club in that other angled stick? So if you did this correctly, X, on, T. Show me X as you go back. X, X, good, take it to the top, down, on, hold it. See, the club face is open. This is where we're going to get this twisted off. Good. Now as you go through, you don't have to hit the ball, you can just go by it if you'd like. Hold it, T, right there. You can't do that one any better. Good job. Do that again, X on T, and X, on, with a face that's closed. Yes, great job. So what we said, and this is really important, is we said you had this little bit of a trigger move that would kind of shove the face, and your reaction to that would be to roll the club. And you might go, well, how do you know it shoved the face open? Because that seems really open really quick, right? Like what else would cause that? It doesn't make sense other than maybe that little trigger move of yours. Over here, you're trying to feel more X, and this is why we like the X ideas. Yeah, it's probably exaggerated. You probably don't need to be that much, right? Somewhere in the middle of those is really, really good. But this kind of projected down on top of this stick is how we got the word X. And again, does it need to be that much? No, but let's rehearse that a little bit, and if you overcook it, soften it up. Okay, this is the part that really is the game changer for you, is once you get this up, how do you get this on in square? See how the swing guide's twisted off? See how the club face is now rotated down? and we projected that down to that stick. That's how we kind of got that on look.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas over here,
Yeah.
that club is tipped out,
Yeah,
we
it's
call
already
it,
out.
and the face is pretty open. So how are we going to do that at speed, right? Because that's really the next step on this. So stand back here, because again, what was your problem? Your problem was you would get up to here with the club in, rolled open, and pull, and then you have no choice. But if you had that better takeaway, and you had a little bit more awareness here, well then the only answer is to push it out. X on T. Remember, feel that pushback drill as you go back, just a soft, yeah, there you go. Soften up that move. Down, yep, and go. So good. Can you do it without stopping? Got that little trigger again, though. It was the first time you did it.
Okay. I was wondering if I'd stopped it. I'm so unaware of it.
That one you had. I hadn't seen it really show itself until that ball.
Okay.
I think being diligent for a week with that little pushback drill
Yeah, I agree.
will take care of that. I really do. Somehow that's crept in, and I think that will go away. I really do. Let's just, for the sake of it, let's combine it. 'Cause I still think,
Am I doing it?
yeah, a little bit
Okay.
more than I like. Let's get, all we're gonna do is X on T, but we're gonna add just a little bit of the old school pushback drill. That was so clean. That was really good. I really liked how that little pushback drill flowed into the other pieces. Yeah, this is really cool. This is really good stuff right here. You have this tendency to have this little bit of a trigger move, which would kind of push the face open, and you'd get this thing rolling in. And when that happens, rightfully so, and like most would, you react.
Yeah.
And it's that steep pull, sharp action. So when you compare the beginning and the end to this, I think those hands are in the same spot. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
One is what? Almost through your elbow, and one's through your shoulder. Yeah, that was really good. Let's review. What we said was you had a tendency, and what was your tendency? Like a lot of people. You'd get set up, you kind of give this little twitchy pullback, and this little twitchy pullback would open the face and start this kind of chain reaction when the club would get in, and then you would react by this steep open face, and then from there it's just catch up. And so we said, what if we had some drills for that, right?
Yeah.
One drill being that very simple pushback.
Go.
One drill being this X on T, which is just a way of kind of explaining what we'd call a more on-plane takeaway. But if you had that better takeaway and you had a little bit more awareness here, well then, it's not hard to hit a draw.